Hello, and my name is Steve Moffel, and I am the host of this YouTube channel, The Art of Resistance. And I have a question for you right away. Are you sick of him yet? Are you? And just how sick of him are you? Do you realize that this June, it's been 10 years since he came down that escalator and announced his candidacy? 10 years. Yeah. And all you've heard for the last 10 years, no matter what you've turned on, no matter where you've gone, all people have talked about is, oh, he said this, and oh, he said that, and oh, he's done this, and oh, he's doing that. And that's all we've heard. And now you got 4 more years of this? No. No. Yeah, because you know why? Because we're exhausted. We're down and out. We're depressed. We feel defeated. And it's like the prospect of 4 more years, it's like too much. But you know what? This is why this channel's here. This is why I'm here. Because nothing is further from the truth. We are not defeated. And we should not be down and out. And we should not be depressed. And I'm going to tell you why. In this channel. So, what? Did you think this is all new? You know, there's been despots. There's been strongmen. There's been dictators all through history. And there's been opposition to them all through history. And there's been a lot written about this. Do you realize how much information is out there? Go start looking. It's amazing. Whole books, all kinds of stuff on how to resist. Right? There is. And we're going to talk about this. So the main thing here is no more talking about him. We're going to talk about what we can do about him. Huge difference there. We need to change our sight on this, how we see this, how we talk about it. All right? We need to say that again. We're going to talk what we can do about him, not talking about him. Stop listening to all the places that are only talking about him. Yeah, I have to say I'm really disappointed with a lot of these YouTube channels that are claiming to be resistance, and all they're doing still is talking about him. And they're, no. So, now the other thing is we're going to, in doing this, we're going to start simple. We're going to start small. I don't know about the rest of you. I haven't been a professional resistance type person. I don't have a big long list here, you know, of my resume. I resisted this dictator and I resisted that dictator, and neither have any of you. So what we got to do is we got to start small. We got to start simple. Or as they say, crawl first, learn to walk, then run, and then we're going to become a dang tsunami about it, all right? So, where do we start? Well, let's start first off with, why are we exhausted? Why does he just wear us out? Why are we can't stand seeing his face. We can't stand hearing him. Remember, the guy's got personality disorders up the wazoo. I don't know about you, but I've had bosses and I've had to work with people who've had pretty severe personality disorders. And yeah, they are exhausted. They're 24/7. They never stop, no matter what. And you can't figure out what to do. And what I did okay, is I started checking out books. I started buying books. I started reading up on personality disorders because it's like, oh, you got to deal with these people, right? And yes, there are things we can do. The thing is they're not intuitive. They're counterintuitive. This is why it's so difficult. So that's kind of, it's so having this personality disorder is like his biggest strength in a way, because he just never stops. But here's the thing about that. Do you realize, look at my notes, it takes a lot of fuel to power a personality disorder. And if you've got multiple personality disorders, it takes even more fuel yet. And that's why they've got to feed 24/7. They're like vampires. They just suck it out of you and suck it out of you and suck it out of you. And this is part of the big problem. This is their strength. Did you hear what I just said? Because you know what? Think that through. Think it through. It's also their greatest weakness. And that is what we got to learn to exploit. Because what happens if you're feeding him or whoever, what happens if you stop? What happens if you stop feeding them their fuel? They starve. And that's what we've got to do. So where we're going to deny the fuel that feeds him, and that one of the top fuels they need is recognition, right? I mean, they just crave it. They're always trying to get recognition out of you and me and everybody else. So here's where we're going to start. Don't laugh, right? Don't think this is insignificant, because it's not, and I'm going to explain once I tell you why it's not. So stick through that. Stop saying his name. Got it? Stop. Call him whatever you want. I just call him him. Notice so far I've not said his name, and you know who I'm talking about. Don't say his name. Yeah, it's that simple. And here's why. And here's why it's going to be so powerful. The first reason is you know that words have power. You know that. Maybe a lot of you say, no, they do. And you know it. Words have a lot of power. And when you speak his name, you're taking your power and you're giving it to him. You're feeding him. Or let me use a different word. Maybe it'll make more sense. Credibility. When you say his name, you by default are giving him credibility. And believe me, you all have more credibility than he has even in his little finger. The tip of his little finger. He has none. So stop giving it to him. Now, if you stop giving him recognition, you stop giving him credibility, you stop saying his name, call him whatever you want. I got some favorites myself, but what happens then? You take that power back. You take that credibility back. This is really important because you have the power, you have the credibility, you deny him, and this gives you power. This gives you strength. This lifts you up. This is psychological. And believe me, we're waging much more of a psychological war than you realize. Much more. So this will strengthen you. This will build you up. This will give you confidence. The other thing is if we all stop saying his name, it's going to build unity. we're all going to relate. We're all going to get together, right? And we need that. So, then what happens? Well, here's, oh, you're going to like this. You're going to like this. I guarantee it. What can he do about it? What? You know, if we got half the nation, and remember, half of us didn't vote for him, we're a big group. We're powerful. And I'm going to tell you why we're powerful. But is he going to hire? Does he got enough money? Does he have enough authority? No. To hire the other half? To beat us up and make us say his name? No. There's not a thing he can do about it. Oh, wait a minute. There is. He can throw a lot of this on the wall. Okay? That's about all he can do about it. I want video of that. Nothing he can do. And again, that's going to build us up. That's going to give us strength. That's going to give us more courage. Because, yeah, he can flay around and, you know, whatever. Nope. Nothing he can do about it. That'll be cool. Just think about it. Half of us not saying, refusing to say his name. Then what happens? Well, we build the unity. Part of that is we're back to, okay, this is crucial. If you stop saying his name, what else happens? We go from talking about him, what did I say? To talking about what we can do about him. There's a whole mindset change when we stop saying his name. And now we can really start to get somewhere because we're all going to be on the same page. We're all going to start talking, what can we do about him? And there's lots. Remember I said, there's books out there. There's all kinds of materials, and we're going to be talking about it. Let me tell you, there's been some pretty cool stuff people have done to get rid of despots, strongmen, and people like him. Yeah, some of the stuff you're going to laugh at that people in other countries have done. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so stop talking about him. Start talking what we can do about him. Starting with, don't say his name. It's that simple. I want to say one more thing. This is important. This is real important because, yes, a lot of us are feeling like defeated right now. No, we're not. Do you realize what happened here? Look at this election. Oh my gosh. Right? We all thought we were going to win, but we didn't. I'm going to give you, and there's lots of reasons, and they're all being discussed, but this one isn't being discussed. And this is important. They're scared. All our talk about equality and fairness and making this a better place and all the things we can do, it scared the heebie-jeebies out of them. I mean, we threaten their, and let me say it, white privilege. Oh, did we threaten it? And they got out and they voted, and they did a lot more nasty stuff than you realize. We'll talk about that too. It's not being talked about. But they got out there and voted. They're in panic mode. Do you realize? I mean, look at how they are acting. I mean, they're in panic mode. They don't know how to govern. They're bumping up against each other. They're all kinds of... It's a real shit show, right? Because they're on the ropes. We don't even realize it. We got them on the ropes. Come on, wake up. Let's all wake up. We got them on the ropes. Don't let them off. What were we chanting for months? We're not going back? We're not going back. No. Keep going forward. They're running scared. Real scared. Way more than you realize. I mean, think about it. Look at what's going on. You all did better than you realize. So this is not where we stop. Not when we got them on the ropes. We need to keep going. All right? Yeah, we're going to talk. We got lots to talk about. So, don't say his name. It's a great place to start, and we'll go from there. Proud of you already. Thanks.